Hello everyone and welcome to the demo of Ale Abbey in Beer We Trust, absolutely. And this is a rather wonderful idea for a game, I think. This is a game about running a kind of abbey, well basically a brewery within an abbey. It's kind of a mini tycoon game. And I just love the idea. I mean, some of my favourite beers to drink are brewed by people in monasteries out in Austria and Germany, and so that just feels like a wonderful idea for a game. So we're going to give this a go. Oh, your mortliness, you've finally arrived. Welcome to Ale Abbey, the monastery of the Fermentine Order. Excellent puns here. I'm Brother Mortis, your appointed counsellor. Together we're going to make brewing history. Don't worry, I'll have your back in these first steps. It's easier than it sounds. Let's get started. Okay, so a little bit of tutorialising. Let's get used to how things work. Pretty basic, that's good. We can also double click on a room. That's good. Wonderful. So that's the controls. Well, we finally made it. Never thought they needed a bishop all the way up here. Oh, hello. I don't usually prefer fanfare, but it's always nice to have a welcoming committee. Now, let's skip the small talk. I'm here to make sure the clergy is handled and our local interests are in check. The monastery looks decent, but we can do better. I will oversee, manage, direct, and at times demand. Off you go now, I have some serious pondering to do. Okay, we can do that. Your mortliness. To expand our holy brewing mission, we need florins, and for that we need to sell ale. We don't know how many styles yet, so for now we can keep it simple. Let's whip up a recipe for a light ale. Perfect for this hot spring. Oh, I'm parched just thinking about it. Now, off to the library, time to find us a desk. So we need to build a recipes desk and create a light ale recipe. Okay, over to the library, and we're going to want a recipe desk. Let's put it close to the door, because that probably means that someone's actually going to come here. And it's quicker than going to the other end of the room. So, we need to make a new recipe. Start a new recipe from scratch, use an old one as your basis. Set the star of your ale, set the ingredients, to decide the developer fermentine and library to use, name the recipe and commence development. Okay, let's create a new recipe. And the only style we can go for now is a light ale. So thin and nearly flavouredness, nevertheless a lot healthier and fun to drink compared to warm water. Very easy to drink accompanying a meal. So we have different virtues, so flavour, colour, strength and foam. Ingredients, pale malt and standard yeast. I don't know that much about brewing, but we're going to give it a go. So you need at least one portion of each mandatory ingredient to prepare the recipe. So at the moment, quality is hardly spectacular, but I think if we play around with some of the ingredients, yeah, we can start making this better. I mean, it's hardly spectacular. But we are at least getting some different kind of attributes within this. We don't want to make it too terrible though. So if we go with 4 pale malt and 2 standard yeast, at least gives us some quality range in there. It's got some flavour, some strength, the foam and the colour slightly less so. But I think we'll start with that. Presumably as time goes on we can make it more and more we can add more and more in. Now, which brewer do we want? So, Genevieve here has some additional quality over Amadeus, but does take, of course, longer. Neither of them are drunk, so that's probably good. So we'll go with Genevieve here. She seems to be a lot better. And of course, we need a name. So your mortliness, please review your recipe, name it properly, and confirm to start the development process. Okay, that's fine. Quality is between 8 and 38. We don't know the range of it yet, particularly. And it's a light ale, so we need to come up with some kind of godly pun. Let's go Light of the Lord for our first. I feel like everything has to be very it has to be, because they've done so well with their puns here. I feel like I've got to do the same. So Light of the Lord. We completed the recipes tutorial. Excellent. And Genevieve's going to get on with that, so we'll increase the time. I just love the art style, and I love architecture of ales and cathedrals. I've always found them very, very pretty. I'm actually heading to Austria later in this year to Salzburg, and can't wait to try some of the wonderful ale there. So, Light of the Lord is completed. We get 100 florins. And the bishop has a new task for us. I expected birdsong and nature's peace, but instead it's murmuring, wailing and snoring. This has to stop. Find your fermentines a proper place to sleep or I lose my mind, and no floors don't count no matter how fancy. For the love of hops, build a dormitory with beds for these poor souls, they'll thank you, so will I. Okay, we can do that. So, build rooms. We need to build some staircases first to get upstairs. And then probably a dormitory, which we'll put... I think we'll put the dormitory upstairs. Any of the living quarters we can put upstairs. Any of the actual brewing process I think we'll put on the ground floor. And in here we're going to want to put a couple of bunk beds. We've only got so many florins, so let's not... Oh, we've got 95, we don't know how much we're going to need, so let's just wait and see before we build too spectacularly. The time has come, your motleyiness, to brew our version of ambrosia. Set up a brewery with a boiler and fermenter. Instruct a brewer on how to wash their hands and leave them to it. Pick any recipe you like. I'm eager to see if anything I've heard about your brewing prowess is true. Almost certainly not. Right, build a basic brewing stove and fermenter. Brewing stove. Fermenter. And we can also put down a couple of hot buckets. I think that's going to make people a little bit happier, because at the moment they seem pretty depressed. And I think we can do the same for the globes over here. Just to make people a little bit happier. I think that's not a bad thing for us to do. So, we also want to brew ourselves an ale. So, Light of the Lord needs to be created now. Who's actually going to be better to do that? Genevieve is not very happy at the moment. And actually wouldn't be that useful in terms of brewing ability, it looks like. In terms of brewing, I think we'll put Amadeus on here. And we may as well go out for max. Profit prediction 90 to 120. Cost of ingredients 150. That's fine. There also seems to be a discount on standard yeast at the moment. So actually this would be a good time for us to brew lots of this. So Amadeus is going to go away and brew our Light of the Lord, Order of the Light. Yeah, Light of the Lord. I wonder if do we want to develop another recipe? I don't know if we can... Can we get another style? No, only light ale for the time being. Fine, so we'll wait. We'll see if we want to add another one in. But we're still in Tutorial Town, I imagine, for the time being. Obviously, the more we brew, the longer it's going to take. We still have a decent amount of florins for the time being. But they're pretty depressed, which is not very useful. So, up until that point, we need to make them happier, because I imagine that will help with the quality of the ale. And just their speed and general mood. So, ale's done. We've received florins and fame for doing so, but I presume now... Yes, we need to upload it. Now, how's the quality? Well, it's not spectacular. It's not that bad. Your maltiness, with a bit of work, I can see a shiny future ahead. Quality is 17. Each market is only interested in specific ale types. By meeting their demand, you'll grow your reputation and unlock new markets and challenges. For now, only one market is available, so sell your ale there in Hopfendorf. Okay, demand's very high. Fair price looks to be 25. We could sell it for a lot higher, but I imagine that our reputation would take a hit. Or we can sell it below price, and that'll make people happier. I think we'll actually sell it, because this is not a good ale, right? So we can sell it below par. We'll make a bit less profit, but it might give us a reputation for selling a lot better ale in the future. So I think we'll sell it all there. Okay, so ale and faith are great. But your fermentines can't live on spirit alone. Haha, very funny. Sure, they could cook, but we need them focused on brewing. So let's find someone to handle their meals. It's a dull task, but if you build a refectory and properly equip it, a volunteer will surely step up, free of charge naturally. So let's do some more building. Yeah, 100 litres of the Light of the Lord, excellent. Let's get a refectory. Refectory can go upstairs as well. And in the refectory, we'll need to build a few things, but that's going to need to be good first. Looks like our ale's headed off there. We do not have much money left, but I imagine once we get our money back from the Light of the Lord, things will be okay. So we need a cooking stove. and of course a table for people to sit in. So that's going to give us a few more florins, excellent. So what's next? Brewing tethers us to tradition, but there's a progress to be made still. Build a laboratorium and do some researchy stuff. Fine. I think that can go downstairs, actually. Although we don't seem to have enough money at the moment. So we can't build one just yet. Aha! But there we go, we're getting some money back from our sales. We sold 60 litres of ale. And it looks like we can get a laboratorium down, which is good. We'll put it over there. Do want to keep everything symmetrical, just because it looks nice. And in the laboratorium we're going to need this. That's going to cost us some money. So we're going to need to wait for some more money to come in from our sales. Now, is this a way for actually us to see our sales, I wonder? Looks like not for the time being. Well, yeah, we need to... Okay, there's a few more sales. Okay, we sold a few more pints, which is good. And we can, of course, hire some new people, but I don't think that's the right thing to do at the moment. We need some more florins. We possibly shouldn't have brewed so much. We'll have to see. We could brew some more. Or we could sell something. How much is this going to cost us if we were to brew more? Ooh, profit prediction is not spectacular, to be honest. We could brew another 100 litres, but that's going to cost all our money pretty much. We could brew like half. Yeah, we'll brew half, see what comes of that. And we can sell that off, hopefully. I don't fancy going to the papacy for some more money. Although, I don't know if this is Catholic Church, probably not. So, definitely not the papacy. I could always sell something. I don't necessarily... let me just sell these. Sell the hot bucket and sell the globe for now. We probably don't have enough time for frivolities at the moment. No special traits yet, for sure. Okay, speed time forwards. Let's see how time goes. Comfort is not spectacular, understandably. But once this is brewed, excellent. So we've got a little bit of reputation, so we could maybe ask for a little bit more money. But we're not going to be too thrilled about it. We'll sell it for 26. It's just a little bit above star kind of asking price, but I think that'll be okay. So that will be off and sold. So soon we should have the money for our escritoire. Yeah, sounds very fancy. So we just need to wait for our money to come back in. Our profit, I should say. There we go, there's some money. We sold 45 litres of ale for 117 florins, which means we can get one of these down, excellent. And we need to assign a researcher. Looks like Genevieve will actually be the better person for this, so we'll put her in. And that's actually going to give us some florins as well as a bit of fame, excellent. Your motleyiness, as esteemed as it may be, our monastery has begun accumulating character. Dust bunnies the size of pilgrims are gathering in the corners, and the refectory floor is now more littered than stone. We're in dire need of a maintenance locker. Research how to build it and grace us with its presence. Absolutely, sir. Dirty rooms negatively impact the satisfaction of your fermentines. Let's get researching. So, bookshelf, no. Quick rebrew, fermentines and staff, maintenance locker, that's what I'm after. So that's going to be research. That's going to take a bit of time, I would imagine. Oh, no, that seems to be instant. Excellent. So let's New 17 candidates available for hire. We don't need that at the moment. We need to build ourselves a maintenance locker. Now where... maybe that's just in like the refectory or something? Oh, I can see all the rubbish everywhere. Or is it a whole separate building, I wonder? Nope. That's not a maintenance locker, that's just a normal locker though. Let's see if we can find out where... general furniture, maintenance locker. I think that can probably go in the refectory, because I feel like there'll be a lot of reasons for that. So clean the refectory, someone's good, yeah, hopefully someone will actually come up here and clean it for us. Clean the refectory. You can now clean rooms, click on the broom icon on the bottom right. Aha, I see. So that should get that done. You can automate maintenance tasks by assigning custodians. Great. Completed the litter tutorial. I imagine we might need cleanliness elsewhere, but it looks like the refectory is only the worst bit at the moment. So we'll get time ticking along. And what's next? The bishop has a task for you. Much like everyone, I feel the unbearable heat into these habits, but I come up with a solution. Cellars. We'll tell the clergy it's for the lagers. Cool temperatures, long-term storage. Nobody would come looking and hopefully they'll buy it. Actually, research will make it even more believable. Research cellars and their barrels and then start making construction right away. So, cellars in the tech tree. Where's that going to be? That's going to be in engineering, I would imagine. No, apparently not. Ale studies. Cellar. We need 25 research McWhatsits. So how do we get more research McWhatsits? Interesting. In the meantime, let's keep time ticking along. Maybe we get... yeah, we seem to get research points from Genevieve here, so that's good. We also need to build a staircase going down, however. For these cellars, I'm only going to build one because they are costly. And we'll wait for daytime. Cellar we need 25. Fine. Cellars are where barrels of ale are stored for future use or the Abbey's internal consumption. Fine. We'll just wait till we've got a little bit more research points going. I wouldn't mind getting maybe another researcher if we're going to need lots of research points. We can now at least unlock cellars, which is good. And how much do we need for barrels? Ale studies, that needs 15, fine. Build a cellar, sure we can do that. That requires 450 gold. Where's all our... we need more gold. How much? Do we know how much ale we have in storage, or is it still being sold off? I wonder. Interesting. Doesn't seem to be much rubbish elsewhere, which is good. So we'll keep time ticking along and to see how we're doing. Comfort is not great. Okay, we can unlock our barrels, which is excellent. So we need to build a cellar, but cellar's 450. My lord, can you give us some money? Apparently not. So until we get some more money, we're a little bit stuck. I suppose we could sell some things, but it doesn't feel that easy. I'm not sure what we would indeed sell. Everything feels... things feel relatively important here, to be honest. Let's send someone over here to clean up, because it seems a little bit filthy. We're just eating money at this point. Is there a way for us to actually see what we've sold? Okay, financial ledgers. This month, are we expecting any more profit? I can request a loan, fine. I have to pay back within 12 months. Yeah, let's request a loan, please. Receive a loan of 600. We need to repay it within the year. That's fine. Right, let's go build our cellar. It's a big one, mind. I think go directly underneath. That's fine. And of course, in here we need to build us as a barrel. Barrels are 200 a pop. Goodness me. Well, let's get that down. Go right by there. That should give us some florins, not as much as I would perhaps like. What's next? Well, she's running smoother by the day, but these whispers in the corridor still there. Nothing we can't fix, however. Despite your brewer's comfort, a luxury we could skip, but why not splurge if it makes things run even tighter? Ensure comfort's at minimum value of 31. So comfort decreases when you expand the monastery with new rooms. So we need to place some ornamental furniture. Fine. Also, back in the researching, I wonder if there's more things we can add on to make this. Quick rebrew wouldn't be a bad thing, but I'd like to look after our staff. Larger transportation teams. Lots of things aren't going to be available in the demo for understandable reasons. I'll take quick rebrew though, that feels useful. Right, so in the refectory, let's build some nice things for them if we can. We can put some hot buckets here for sure. So what's comfort? What level of comfort are we at the moment? 14%. I think in the not in the laboratory, but in the library, we can add some globes. All of this, however, requires money. I don't feel like I really have. Comfort's at 25, so we're getting somewhere. But I don't know if we're going to need more money. I can't repay a loan. We're not far off. We're at 30%, so we may as well commit to just having another globe here. But that costs money that we do not have. So we're going to have to sell something. For now, the maintenance cupboard's going to have to go. The maintenance locker. Let's get ourselves another hop down. That gives us florin, fame, satisfaction, which is good. Okay, so we now need to brew a minimum ale with quality 40. There's another thing I can't stand. Besides waking up to a full chain pot, and that's another bishop calling out ales fancy water. My honour demanded a duel to the death. No, it's an ale duel, and I volunteered you as my champion. Just brew a better ale. That put a stop to it. Fine. Back to recipes then. New recipe. Presumably we only still have the same style. Yes, the quality recipe is kind of terrible. But let's see if we can up the range of that slightly. If I just like max out the amount of malts we have, we can make a really strong ale here. Let's just... I mean, it's not going to be very nice for sure. Now, why is that? So we've got too much flavor. It's too much flavour. So we'll bring down the amount of malts into an acceptable level. But we can add more yeast. Okay, we need to balance this a bit better. So yeah, malt's good for us to do at the moment. We can't push it too far, however. Okay, remove all ingredients in this recipe. So we want something which is going to give us quite a bit of foam, because foam is always appreciated. Fine. So let's start with some malt. That's a good starting point. That's got us up to quality range of potentially 30. 35 for a lot more malt than yeast. I think this is what we had last time, actually. I don't see how that's not particularly different from our last one, to be honest. I think it's the same as we had last time. I don't really want to put Amadeus in there, to be honest, because he's going to just detract from the quality. So before that, if I wanted to make a new brew, Lord of the Light, but the quality is not spectacular. But my hope is he'll at least be a bit more positive about this. Quantity... Well, let's make max, because at least that will give us some profit to work with. Yeah, do that for now. We'll see a bit more famous, that might help us in future. I wonder if there's anything better we can add onto our ale. I need something which allows more quality in some regard. I think there might be a way to do that. Although possibly not in the demo, we'll have to see. They're still very depressed, which is not very useful. Come on, I've given you fame. We should also probably get our... We should really get some cleaning supplies back in, to be honest. So let's have a look. General furniture. So yeah, we'll put the maintenance locker back in, that's fine. We could increase their comfort, which should not be a bad thing to do. So have some flowers and maybe some candles. That's pretty much all our florins, but we're getting somewhere because we are brewing some more. So once that's gone off to brew that, once that's brewed, we can go off and sell that, which would be useful. I think if we just give them more stuff, that'd be very useful. We just give them reasons to be happy. I think that's going to have to be the main reason. We could even sell this barrel, because at the moment we're not doing much with it, it feels like. Let's get someone cleaning in here, because it's a bit of a pigsty. Okay, we've got more Lord of the Light ready to go. Our reputation's still pretty good. Quality, I think, is still not spectacular, however. We can make them like us a lot, and we'd be selling an absolute... Well, we'd be making a profit, but a pretty low profit, to be honest. What's the fair? Fair price is 30 here. I'm willing to sell at 28 in the interest of trying to up our reputation in Hopfendorf. Do I want to brew? I could brew another batch, I suppose. Wouldn't be a bad thing to do, so get that sold. I presume if I put it in the... If I put it in the cellar, does that allow it to ferment? I mean, I don't really know these things. I could also get myself a better brewer, I suppose. So he's happy. I need someone who's actually a quality brewer, to be honest. None of these guys are spectacular, to be honest. But I'll get Ferdinand in here, because he seems like the best... actually, no. I'll get August in, he seems decent. So we'll hire him. Okay, and they're actually happy. They're satisfied now, which is good. So, I'm going to send someone out to make a new recipe. It's going to have to be a light ale, because it seems to be the only options we have at the moment. And we'll see if we can get a better combination. I think 4 and 2 is the best, but it's not going to be good as 40, unfortunately. Because if I put ale in, it's going to push it too far. And yeast would also push it too far. So I guess we're up to 35. Shelf life 168 days. Seems like we can't really age it that much. I'd love to add some more colour. So colour is this one here. But the problem is if I add more than that, it's gonna lower the flavour. I'm just playing around a little bit. You can't give it too much bitter or strength, sadly. I'm just wondering if I can adjust things a little bit, but the problem is we can make it very strong. Make it very strong, but that doesn't really help the quality that much. There must be a sensible balance, which I feel like we already have from previous. This guy might make the recipe better. Adamus or August. But Adamus has a much better chance of adding bonus quality to it. And they should be they have more comfort, they should be in a slightly better mood. Quality could be 39. We're going to call this Mea Culpa because I can't seem to actually get this to the right stage of what we need it to be. So we'll let him brew this out, see what happens. Come on, lad, give us what we need. Quality of 40 is going to be tough. So Mea Culpa is ready to go. So if I go to brew, we don't necessarily know. I mean, it doesn't feel any different. It's the exact same. But you might add some more quality to it, August. Oh, but actually, Adamus is better. So actually, August feels like a bit of a loss in terms of, but we'll put him in. Quantity is going to be max. We should get some good profit from this. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, we probably need to give them a second bunk, don't we? And probably a second table as well. So let's get that done. Go on, lad, make me a good brew. Even though it's the exact same recipe as the last one, we're just not going to tell anyone about that. We'll just be like, guys, it's a whole new recipe. Even though it's not. But I'm hoping, but if we make everyone happier and increase their comfort, that should increase the quality of the brew. But we need to keep brewing to actually make money. Mea Culpa. Quality is 39! No! We're so close! It's a much better brew. It's an ale of certain quality. So that only gives us an extra 2 on the selling thing. We could whack up the price, but that's going to knack our reputation. I could sell it at 37, that's going to make us a pretty good profit. Of course, the population here is not very big. Could store in the cellar. But really we need to... But I'm just wondering if we can I don't know if this, like, it's got shelf life of 166. I don't know if it's not like whiskey or wine where if you age it, it's more into it. So I think I'm just going to sell it straight away. I don't see why I wouldn't really. I'm going to sell it at 37 because I want enough money to be able to do other things. So mea culpa, we're getting there. I think if we just keep on giving them nice things. Here. Oh, hello. What's this? Greetings to you, my robed friend. I come representing a group of low-profile individuals. Some call us brigands, bandits. In truth, we are purveyors of services for both borough and suburb. We witnessed your arrival, and as luck would have it, know what you've been brewing. With supplies and ale moving forth between towns, we can guarantee they do so in one piece. For coin or pint, what say you? So your current selling with the bandits is low, you can expect some disruptions to your ale deliveries. I'm going to give them not all my money, or not all my money for goodness sake. Right, we'll give them 50 florins. And they temporarily give you extra layman, fine. But I feel like having good standing with them is not a bad thing. And I'm going to use... Okay. Ah, new ales! We've discovered a new style, the blonde ale. We can make new recipes with it. Excellent. That might be our calling point as you get above 40. So I want not a light ale, but a blonde ale. Quality here can be a bit higher. And actually has different ingredients. Pale malt, standard yeast, and gruit. Wonderful. One amazingly clear, clean, and crisp ale that makes any summer day all the more bearable. Carries a brilliant light colour and is very easy to drink with light aromas and flavours. Excellent. So... Again, we don't want to push flavour, colour or strength too far. So, I feel like we need to start. We'll start with some malt. Let's gruit ham. Start with malt. Start with malt. See how far we get. We can have some gruit in. But we do want some colour. And that comes from malt. Then we have some yeast in, that should counterbalance some of that. No, hang on, that's changing that. Okay, we can get this working. We'll add a bit more yeast in. So that could potentially be a 40. And some bit more yeast in. No, we're pushing the flavour too far now. I could do with a bit more colour and a bit more foam. So that we want this one, but that's going to add more malt in. If we add more malt in, we're going to ruin the flavour of the beer. So 7 and 4. I don't know if we actually need gruit, to be honest. Is there a reason why we would need gruit in here? I suppose it allows us to make some other changes here. We're getting there, we're just not quite there yet. Because we need colour in our beer. But the more malt we add, the tougher it gets. Quality range at 35, so style is 20, strength, colour and foam at 15 a pop. If we take a malt out, it pushes it to 20 because we need colour. So let's try this again. What gives us colour? Colour we get from malt. But it takes a lot of it. But it's only a blonde beer, so it can only go so far. Now, yeast would give us... Okay, so take out some malt and put some yeast in. but we could do some more with other things as well. Oh, we just can't get the balance quite right, can we? If we take out one malt, no, because then if we take out one malt there, it really against everything else, because we like having foam, but then we have too much flavour, and we can't take flavour out, so we can really only have. So let's say I went for like 2 instead of packing on the malts. We went for less malt. Instead, went for some stuff like Gruit. No, but we want flavour, so we want colour. Colour's important. Yeast, I feel like we're putting too much importance on yeast here. So no. I think we'll go with like 7 malt. Yeah, see, that's a good combination, but actually it doesn't. There we go. So we've got pale malt, Gruit, and sand yeast. That's only 35 because it's a bit too strong in terms of flavour. If I took one of the yeast out, what about 2? If I took 2 of the yeast out, that pushes the flavour better, but then it makes the strength a bit too much. If we took out maybe... So we need to take out some of the strength, but that's from yeast. The problem is if we do that, there must be a right balance here. We need to take out a little bit more flavour. But then that knocks down colour. We could take out the Gruit. There we go, that's 5 to 40. That could work. 5 pale malt, 3 standard yeast. So the Gruit was pushing it over. Could actually go with less here. Oh, hang on, we had it there for a second. Let's go back. So this is 5 to 40. And actually, the Gruit's getting in the way. But this could get us up to 40, so I'm just going to brew it. This is the same as we had before. Oh, but we can add more stuff here. This is actually going well. So 6 malt, 3 standard yeast. So it's a stronger beer. Oh, so Gruit's a mandatory ingredient. That's a pain. Oh, there we go. So 5 pale malt, 1 Gruit, 2 standard yeast. That will do. And who's the better brewer here? Bonus quality looks about the same to me. And it looks like... I think we'll go with August. Yeah, we'll go with August, see how he does. Oh, if we add... Okay, if we add modifiers to the library, that would be good. So it's 5 malt, 1 Gruit, 2 standard yeast. Fine. We'll come back to that. Library. That doesn't help though. It doesn't add any extra quality. Is there something we could do here, I wonder, to add to the quality of it? Piles of books. Let's take bookshelves, because I feel like bookshelves might be useful for something. That seems to maybe just give us fame. But that could be useful. We've got plenty of research points, so let's keep on working out what we can do here. Pile of books, archive cabinet. Well, we can research both, so we'll do so. And go from there. Ah, pile of books looks to add quality. So I'm actually going to sell this bookshelf and whack on some books here. So you're going to make us a wonderful recipe, but hopefully we can get some more money. to develop a recipe here. I think we can make this work. Now I need to remember if I can see what I was doing before. So, blonde ale. I think it was 1 gruit. I want to say about 7 malts. I think it was 6. Was it 621 or 631? I had it and now I've forgotten it. So pale malt comes up. We know there's only 1 gruit involved. Oh, there we go. 5, 2 and 1. That will do the job. Library modifiers. I feel like we should have additional quality. But we'll go with August here. So we can go up to potentially 47, which is excellent. This is a blonde ale. What should we call this? Again, it needs some kind of churchly, spiritual name to it. Let's go for... This is going to be terrible. Beersus Christ. Beersus Christ, there we go. So you're going to develop Beersus Christ for us. Hello, Mr. Brigand. You seem to still be in good standing with us. To be honest, we didn't really need the extra layman, but I don't want my things getting disturbed. Financially, when do we need to repay our loan? Okay, Business Crisis being developed. And we've got some money, excellent. Business Crisis complete. Let's see if we can get something of a notable quality. So, new brew. We've still got some light ale left, which is good. Business Christ, who's our better brewer? Amadeus, fine. We're going to brew the max here. Profit predictions should be pretty good. And Gruit is discounted, as is pale malt, excellent. So ingredients cost 108, but this should sell for a good amount here. Well, we're still in good standing with these guys. I don't think we need to worry, really. And I also don't want to give them any of my stock, because we are very much on the line here. So we're going to go brew some Beersus Christ. We also need to sweep up here, because it's a state. Same with here as well. There's lots of places we need to clear up, actually. So it's going to go over there. Is there anything else which still needs to be... I don't know if the cellar doesn't need to be cleared up. Fine. I think these books might have given us the additional quality we needed, which is good. And there's also given us more comfort, which is by no means a bad thing. Oh, hello. Sorry, I got a message here. 90 litres of light ale, sold for a wedding at Hoppendorf. Excellent. That's good. Oh, I see. This is an offer. 74 days left. You would need 90 litres of light ale. And that would give us advance payment of 113, total payment 227. I can negotiate. Would you take some more? Impossible, very difficult, high. Presumably this is because of our fame. Can I push you to 300? I'll push you to 299. Okay, excellent. Half the payment has been transferred. Has 74 days to fulfill this order. That was how much? Okay, Business Christ is ready, which is good. And I think we've got a high enough quality. Quality of 47. How about that? Airless and quality. We can only sell at Hoppendorf. And we still have a decent reputation here. I'm happy to slightly undercut myself to get some good reputation here. So we'll do that. And how much light ale do we need to make? 90 litres. Fine, we can do that. That was it. Is it a specific light ale? Just light ale. Well, the light of the Lord is pretty terrible. So I think we'll go for Mayor Culper because it's just a nicer ale. But it doesn't necessarily say the quality. So we could just sell them terrible ale. I mean, it's a wedding. Who cares? They're going to be too drunk to notice. So let's just brew some Light of the Lord here. And I think they said we wanted 90 ale here. Amadeus. And it said we wanted 90. There we go. So 72 in costs. Brew that up, thank you. So we sold 91 litres of ale, which is good. And we'll see if we can sell this. You guys are a little bit... Okay, they're neutral with us. I'm happy to give you a little bit of florins, just to get you back into positive. Gives us extra layman. I don't really need layman. It doesn't take very long to build things in this game anyway, but I do want to keep these guys on side, and just give them 10 florins every now and then is not a bad thing to do by any means. How's the brewing going here for the wedding? Okay, Light of the Lord 3 is being brewed. Okay, wait till time moves on. And then... Okay, so that's brewed, which means we should be able to fulfill the shipment. So how do I actually... How do I... Ah, yes. So 90 litres here, please. We'll send that off. That should go to the wedding. Happy wedding. I hope you have a lovely day getting married. We've got plenty of research points, actually. We could probably put them into something. So yeah, we can reduce the boiling phase of brewing by 1 day. Double experience, double laymans, lower living costs, sanitization, so ale infection chance, shelf life. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But I think we will leave things there. This here is Ale Abbey, and I love the idea of this game, and I will probably play it quite a bit in my own time, but I really love it, and such a cute idea for a game. So yes, Ale Abbey, very fun indeed. Link down in the description, and I think you probably will see this back on the channel, maybe even on a live stream or something, just because I enjoy the concept of it so much. And I'm off to have a beer. I'll see you very much later. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.